Okay, the top five inflammatory foods that you're probably eating and you might actually think are healthy. So you're trying to eat healthy, you're still feeling bloated, you're still tired, still feel inflamed, and maybe you're struggling to lose that weight or you're dealing with constant brain fog. Okay, well, here's what most people don't realize. The foods causing this aren't actually obvious. Sometimes they're literally marketed as healthy. So today I'm going to break down the top five inflammatory foods that you're probably eating a lot of times. Okay, Bria Sharon, E-Step board certified integrative health practitioner, and I'm here to help you get your health and body back holistically. So, if you want to know more about natural health, hormone balance, weight loss, even some biohacking, and real practical wellness tips, make sure you subscribe and then let's get into it. So, number one, sugar and processed carbs. Okay, so before you panic, I'm not actually talking about fruit. I'm talking about processed sugar, the kind that's hiding in baked goods like bagels and muffins and breads and pastas and cereals and pastries and all of those things. So here's why that matters, because it actually really spikes your blood sugar super fast. Did you know that bread is actually one of the highest glycemic foods there is? Like, what bread? But you think that's healthy? Well, maybe if it's like not processed and, of course, bread is better than other breads and sourdough, like, yes, we can go into all that. But I'm talking about like bread that is in the grocery store, like packaged. And yeah, because it's not organic and it's highly sprayed with glyphosate and all of those other things. So, yes, it drives your blood sugar really high, and that blood sugar spike drives inflammation. So, if you're constantly tired after you have meals and you're craving sugar by mid-morning or feeling bloated after carbs, that's your body talking. And specifically your gut, because your gut controls more than digestion. It's all connected to your immune system, which is also related to your hormones and your mood and your skin and your metabolism. Again, all connected. So, again, if your body's saying, I don't feel so great after I eat that, it's trying to tell you something. So, if you don't know, one of my clients, Cass, she has recently been talking about how much better she feels doing a detox so far. She has lost a little over 5 pounds in a little over a week. So that is huge, 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 tremendous success, which she was excited about, but she was more excited about the way that she feels. She just felt lighter. She was sleeping better. Her body just didn't feel as inflamed. So if that's something you'd like to know more about, then yeah, definitely let me know. But again, getting rid of those toxins is so important. Okay, so let's keep talking a little bit more about these processed foods. If you want to know even more how to make your pantry look a little different, and make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. It helps more people find this information. But anyways, back to it. Okay. So food number two is actually processed meats. That's like hot dogs, which I think most of us know hot dogs aren't that great, but that also includes deli meat and packaged bacon from a conventional source and sausage and all of that, even pepperonis on your pizza. So the reason why is they're loaded with preservatives and additives that create an inflammatory load on the body. Did you know that research has even connected heavily processed meats to an increased cancer risk? They're actually a carcinogen. And also, a lot of those packaged meats do have pork in there, and pork has a lot of pesticides. So, again, why I'm not a fan. So, it's not like you can never eat a pizza with pepperoni or anything like that. It's really about the cumulative load, the frequency and quantity. So, if you're going to eat a processed meat, like make sure it's not like bottom of the barrel. Make sure it's like for me personally, I choose no nitrate turkey bacon when I make breakfast because breakfast is normally brunch, which I end up doing for dinner. Is that dinner? I guess that's dinner, lunch, dinner. Brenner. It'd be Brenner. Breakfast for dinner. So I use a no nitrate turkey bacon is what I personally use. But again, whatever you use, just try and get a cleaner source of it, especially with these processed meats. All are not processed or created equally. So, and I know a lot of people like carnivore and diets like that, low carb, all of that are doing a lot of the processed meats. So watch out for those. Okay, number three, what else is super inflammatory? fruit juice. Okay, so a lot of us are like, but wait, it's fruit, it's healthy. Oh, wait, it's organic. Yeah, even the natural kind is, even the cold pressed, no sugar added kind. Oh, wait, what? Okay, so here's the issue. When you strip the fruit down to just the juice, you lose the fiber and you lose the enzymes. So if the fi and this fiber is actually what slows down the sugar absorption. So when you have just the fruit juice, that fruit sugar hits your bloodstream fast. That's why, like, if you're giving blood, they give you orange juice to spike that blood sugar back up, or like diabetics and stuff like that. That's one thing to really get the blood sugar up because it spikes your blood sugar fast. But then it goes up, and what goes up must come down. So think energy crash, cravings, fast storage, inflammation, all of that, especially if you're drinking the stuff first thing in the morning. Now, I know a lot of people are like, but I juice it myself. Yes, I hear you. If you're going to do a juice or like a juice cleanse or something like that, it's not that I'm necessarily against that. What I personally suggest is to eat your fruit. Eat it first for proper food combining before you eat anything else. Ideally wait like 30 minutes, again, in an ideal world, but eat your fruit. That way you have the fiber and the enzymes with it and juice your vegetables. If you wanted to add like an apple or something in with the celery juice to sweeten it up, let's just not do, like get like 18 different fruits and juice those all together. And yes, I do a smoothie every single morning for breakfast, but again, the fruit in there has the skin on it. It's just blended up together, and it's not like I'm combining a whole bunch of different fruits for me. It's normally like a cup of berries, which are a lower glycemic fruit. And again, it's got the skin on there. It's just blended up, but it's still in there. Okay, anyway, so yeah, watch out for that. So again, we want to do the whole fruit when doing fruit. And again, personally, I'm not against fruit. I know a lot of personal trainers are like, oh no, fruit is nature's candy. Well, yes, it is. But it goes back to the sugar that we talked about before. Like, fruit is a natural sugar. Your body knows how to process that and digest it, again, with that fiber and with the enzymes in there. Again, if weight loss is your main goal, watch out for lots of super high glycemic fruits, especially late at night. But again, I don't say, ever take out fruit completely from your diet. Again, that's just me. Feel free to disagree, and yeah, we can talk more about that. But that's my personal opinion. But again, everything within reason, and same thing for the whole thing on this list. Okay, let's talk about number four. Okay, the number four thing is actually something that surprises some people, but I think it's gaining more popularity. So that's seed oil. So that's like the vegetable oils, the soybean oil, the soy oil, the canola oil, corn oil, and these are almost included in like everything, especially healthy foods. That's what frustrates me so bad when it's marketed as healthy. Don't even get me started. And like 99% of these are GMO, genetically modified, or organisms that are GMO crops, and they go through like really heavy industrial processing just to become edible. But here's the bigger issue. So when these oils are heated, especially repetitively, like when they're being created, and then when you cook with them, they oxidize. You might have heard of antioxidants. Yes, we want our antioxidants because we don't want oxidation. Oxidation creates free radical damage in the body. That drives inflammation. We don't want that. So, when I say seed oils, again, the soybean, the canola, the vegetable, the corn, those oils specifically. And when it comes to extra virgin olive oil and coconut oil, then even an avocado oil, personally, I saute in water and then pour those oils, ideally in an organic form, over my food when it's cooled. So again, it doesn't heat and oxidize, but those are actually like olive oil, avocado. Again, and coconut oil is super anti-inflammatory. Again, we're just making sure that we don't heat it in order to oxidize it to create free radical damage. But again, it's not highly processed. We get it in the natural form. It's not like, created all together and all the things. Yeah. Okay. So point number five, alcohol. Yeah, alcohol. I don't think anybody necessarily thinks alcohol is a health. I was going to say food. I guess it's a drink, but I know there is a lot of talk about resveratrol in red wine. Yes, there is resveratrol, but you would need to drink like, I don't even remember how much, but like a really, really, really heavy, like high amount in order to get the resveratrol that you would get from red grapes. So if you're going to do that, just eat red grapes. Again, make sure you're not juicing them. make sure that you have the skin and stuff and for the fiber and all of that, like we talked about before. But the reason that alcohol is so inflammatory is your body treats the ethanol, which is in the alcohol you drink, as a toxin. And then what it has to do is process it first, like before everything else. So while that's happening, other metabolic functions slow down, like detox slows down, your hormone processing slows down, fat metabolism slows down. And this affects your weight loss, your sleep, your hormones, your energy, and your inflammation levels. And again, this isn't about being perfect. It's just about understanding what's happening inside your body so you can make informed choices. And again, I'm not going to say that I've never eaten these. I'm never ever going to eat these ever again. It's just knowing what I put in my body. Um, I don't do any of these regularly. Like I've mentioned, some of the things that I personally do. And again, I totally understand that life happens and we just do the best we can wherever we can, however we can. But anyways, there you have it, the type 5 inflammatory foods. Some of them are hiding in plain sight, and some of them are sitting on health food shelves. So you don't have to be perfect. It's not like you have to overhaul everything every night or overnight. Just start with awareness. Read ingredients. It's the most important thing you can do. Just try and crowd out the processed stuff with whole foods. Support your gut and give your body a chance to heal. The small, consistent changes really do add up to big results, and that's really how it works. So, if you find this helpful, make sure that you like and subscribe and share it with somebody who's ready to feel better naturally, too. So, next video that you should watch from me is what your doctor is not telling you if you want to dig a little bit deeper on this. So, it was great to talk to you guys, and I will see you soon.